Here it is, here it is, real quick, real soon. Got to get it out, got to get the information out. I'm just doing my part. My name is Reference. The best thing I could do for you is refer you to someone that can help you with the information, or refer you to somebody who can help you find somebody else if I don't know information. The information, certain things I know from experience. A lot of things have to be and will be regurgitated. I'm in my own lane, and I feel like each one should teach one, at least for me, because I'm here on this planet to teach. However, right now, the most important thing for me to do is to become a real good reference. So without further ado, these are some very, very special topics for y'all tonight. Always different, always new. Everything is about you, anything to help you, cultivate you, and continue, with you to experiment and do your work. The first topic I'm gonna talk about is meditation technique, Alymbabyluma. It's an alternate nostril breath technique. I will give you the reference at the end, but it's a breathing technique. I've done this before, and man, it works. It helps. Should I do it often? Yes. Do I do it often as I should? No. But it's a great technique, and this technique, it helps, if not assist, but cure high blood pressure and different high blood issues. It helps synergize the left and right brain for a better connection for all types of reasons. And it helps with the firing of the dendrite and synapses. Again, this information also deals with the sacral bone, the nerves within the bone, and correction or continuance of vitality, etc., etc., etc. However, so the technique, the individual explains that take your right thumb, you hold it over and close the right nostril, and the count is 4, 16, 8. You breathe in for a count of 4. And when I do this technique, with times I do it, I feel lighter within, as far as tension. I feel clarity. I also feel, in which he explains, you can feel which or what may be stomped up from the breathing that you have to do from the exercise. So getting to it, 4, 16, 8. Take your right thumb, you close it over your right nostril, and breathe in for a count of 4 slowly, like on the cable channel, the old school pay-per-view cable channel. Count of 4, and do it in your mind. You ain't got to count verbally. Do it in your mind. So be. And then the next, with you holding it, it would be holding both of your nostrils for a count of 16. Yeah, for a count of 16. Then after that, after you would release. Close the left nostril and breathe in for a count of 8. Excuse me, I apologize. You would breathe out for a count of 8. 4, 16, 8. Breathe in, 4, hold. Breathe in, 4, hold. Okay? Breathe in, 4, then hold for a count of 16, and breathe out 8. You can find out this wonderful information by Dr. Alymbabyluma, dealing with the alternate nostril breath technique. But the name that he describes is the name that I said in the beginnings, Alymbabyluma technique. And him and his lovely queen does a beautiful demonstration of this, and it is, of course, online. So you can look that up real easy. Second thing I want to talk about is the how to cultivate your internal organs. There is a technique called the inner smile, where you literally, mentally, and physically, and with all of you, smile at your organs to help with continuance in its functions in a functional manner, real healthy, real organic, baby. Keeping it, functional, doing what it's supposed to do, even up in the numbers, when you're getting up in age or when you're in a strenuous act. Real healthy healing type of information, and this guy is renowned. He's been around, and he also has prominent teachers that he learned from. So this is the inner smile technique, and this information in particular is just coming from Tao. We're not into where it originates from. That's somebody else's thing. I'm into the application or technique that could help you, and if it don't, it might help another, and if not, let's try something else. This is for our lane. This lane is not for everybody else. It's specifically with application when you are ready. And if you're not ready, that's okay too. Either you dive in or take a step back and study it, then play double dutch. So anyways, Montauk Chia's inner smile technique is a Taoist practice that focuses on cultivating positive energy within your organs. The idea is to smile inwardly to each of your organs, which helps transform negative emotions into positive virtues like self-love, self-joy, and self-compassion. This practice can enhance your overall well-being by promoting emotional balance. Keyword: emotional balance. And I love all this because these are the things that help me along my path to anybody else who may need a source to help them in anything they're going through, or any type of information they want to pass along to a family member, associate, or friend, or to self, or just for a hobby or to make money, whatever you're trying to do it for. That's what the reference is for. So this practice can enhance your overall well-being, promoting emotional balance and physical health. He will also talk about the how you do this technique, and how it deals with the 5 major organs, and how it's about communicating and sending healing love to yourself, etc., using the breath. And the biggest thing of all is, if you send sending energy and love and smiling at your organ, you might want to look up on Google what your heart looks like, or your spleen looks like, or your liver looks like, or your kidneys look like. And if you don't know, that's okay too. Just laugh at it. Don't beat yourself up. Water. And don't beat yourself up about it. This learning thing is a never-ending story, huh? So the inner smile technique, a lot of that technique really, if you want to be in the mindset of, hey, you telling me that I'm imagining smiling, with a few other minor details and added in prose that you add to it, like alchemy for what it is, that you telling me I'm smiling at my organs, that I'm making love to my own organ, that I'm cheesing at my own organ, that I'm thanking my own organ mentally, and using my will to do all this, my visualization. Yes. And he shows you the technique. It's on different platforms, especially YouTube. Grab this joint off here real quick. Montauk Chia is where you can find this information, the inner smile technique. It will probably come in the form of a book. However, that's good too, because whether it's digital or paper, I suggest having both. Why not? When it comes to this type of information, you would want to keep around you to help you or those around you, or whatever you want to do with it. It's all on you. The third thing I want to talk about is becoming online through cell ray sipping, I call it. Becoming online through cell ray sipping. That means your cells taking a drink of the sunlight and drinking that joint like Kool-Aid. Gone. But so I want to talk about how an example how I had became online through alchemy, accidentally. Me not knowing this information or what I'm doing, but when I look back at what I did, of course everything's in alignment, but I'm talking about the technique itself, which helped propel the experience or cultivate what I needed to do in order to receive the wisdom or wisdoms continuously or repetitiously throughout days, weeks, and months. After you study the information, you look back and contemplate over certain memories or certain powerful times in your life and understand the transformation that took place on the scientific level or bioscience level of biology. So when I was in when I was incarcerated, I was in communication, chilling inside there with the nation while it was fasting. They was like, "Hey, you want to go into Ramadan?" I was like, "What is a Ramadan? I don't want to go. Is it far? Like, we're in prison. Like, is it? No, Ramadan, blah 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 blah. If you don't know what it is, look it up." So, anyways, I was in there. I couldn't eat all day until like sunset, and they was doing their prayers. It was real beautiful. To tell you the truth, it was real pure. I don't care what nobody's. So we had like dates, stuff like that. The food, if nobody know, I'm talking about going on a date, but the dates, the food, was eating that, and that was a part of what they had going on. So we would eat our meal, and throughout the night they would give me like some milk and cereal, something like that. When it comes sunrise, no eating. that was a part of, and I was just speaking on the eating or ingesting aspect of the fast that I was going through in a federal incarceration. So while I was doing that, I did feel a whole lot of energy. I had a whole lot of energy. I'm in my 20s at the time, although I feel 20-something. But I was in my 20s at the time, and I was like, water. Oh, excuse me. I felt like, man, I felt lighter, even though I was light. But my energy light felt there, not my physical body. My physical body felt energetic at itself, but I just had a whole lot of energy, which resulted in me coming online to certain, abilities that you're endowed with. So through the type of fast I was doing with the Nation of Islam, not even knowing, thank goodness. And you could find different types of fasts through Dr. Layla Africa, Dr. Sebi, and Dick Gregory. Those are excellent sources or references to look up different types of fasts, many different types. There's more than you could count on both of your hands types of fasts, which is excellent to know. But when I was fasting with them, during the day I like to play basketball when I was back there. And I like to work out. And they always had this red flag up during the summer, like, yo, if you got this red flag up, you see it up, don't come outside. Like, what are you coming outside for? It's hot, you might die. I'm just like 100 minimum. degrees outside, sunlight. So I'm out there just shooting ball. I'm like, where everybody at? You know what I mean? I'm sitting there not knowing that my cells in my body is drinking the rays of sunlight like water, like it needs it for this new type of accidental level that I obtained through fasting. And being that I have a open input output, I was able to input a lot of information because I did a lot of reading. The time was going, but there existed no time for me, so I was able to input a lot of information while in the chair, Neo type joint. So I was able to be further along than most and meet a lot of prominent individuals with some heck of a knowledge. So the alchemy of this, what I'm trying to explain is by me sitting out in such a high degree of heat and exercising and moving around, I would have all this energy. And we wasn't allowed to really drink water either, a little bit, but not, if something happened, but I'm talking about total fast, and even when you're supposed to eat at that particular time and being disciplined, it taught me, that experience, I gained a lot of discipline, though I'm working on having it now in its quadrants and its simplicities and my newfound, and like everybody, plateau of transformation or knowledge that they have, through that alchemy, you will become more aligned. So I found that fasting and fasting, not eating anything, drink your water throughout the day, no foods, but drink your water throughout the day, and don't go straight into it. You gotta wean yourself into it, prepare yourself for such a thing. And then eating at night, but not too heavy, what's right for you, so you won't get too full. And then not before, after, look up Ramadan, how they do it. And then just being in the extreme heat. Extreme heat is usually from 1 to 3. So from 1 to 3, you be in that joint and just drink at least 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. Let your body, drink, pour, drink, headshot, drink. I'm talking about your arm, your leg, your butt, everything, even your pinky toe. Pinky toe. Your pinky toe. Let your pinky toe get sunlight. Let everything get it. I don't care if it's your buttocks. You know what I'm saying? Maximus. You know what I mean? Let it get it. So, let it drink. Let your buns drink sunny rays. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is I call it loss, because I ain't see it yet posted back, but I like to talk about Brother Panic, R.I.P. I know he's doing his thing. He's always alive. Brother Panic had mentioned a technique, sort of like in the middle of one of his lectures. I'm not sure if it's out now, but he was talking about a technique called Brahma. And I don't even know what Brahma was, and you can find some information in the Hindu or the breath techniques or dealing with pranayama. So they have one technique called the Brahmari pranayama, and it was similar to what he was talking about. So for the first one, or for the first topic, altering your internal, my apology. Wow, I didn't write anything for this? Wow, this is crazy. This particular breathing technique that Brother Peg mentions, and another, I'm explaining to you what it does and where to research at and how to look up, how to do it for yourself. Until the individual or his family that has the footage and they put it out, I'm not sure how easy it is to find it, but I remember things and wrote down certain things before the information was gone, and we cannot get mad because we do not own them these platforms, respectfully. So the Brahma, Brahma, He mentioned as a relaxation technique, something to do before meditation, and or to help tap into the energy and to be or become the energy and have no intentions or asking nothing, no desire, but just to ask the wisdom of it. Speaking on it, show you something, and something to push to find it, something to identify with. Observe you within. You within while observing the planet. It's this Brahma. There's a story behind it, or the Brahmari, Pranayama. It calms the mind, releases negative emotions. It lives in you. It's a purpose presented. Helps you learn your purpose. It is something like air. It's very powerful. It's BHRAMARI spacebar PRANAYAMA. Maharami Pranayama. You can find information by a guy named Sadhguru, SADH spacebar GURU, Sadhguru. Maharami Pranayama calms the mind, releases negative emotions. Live in you and by you, and helps you be awakened and do your purpose. But the technique itself, I first heard from Brother Panic, Brahma, BRAHMA, and it does such. When I did it, of course was much far along, but the times that I did do it, it was dope. It was a technique to tap in. It was a real hidden gem technique to tap in through breath. And he usually don't even talk about breath, but it was a hidden gem technique to tap into breath, and he used Brahma. And this is how he did it. But everybody might feel different. It's an in breath, saying the word, then a out breath, saying the suffix of the word, prefix in, suffix out. Okay? Water. So this is a Brother Panic technique to tap in through breath. So he did. And they always also say to hold your tongue to the top part of the top base of your mouth, as far as your tongue, like this. And when you're breathing, because it helps it as an easy highway or travel to the pineal organ system. So when you breathe in, the air gets there, whatever you're doing, the communication is such. So it's or I really, that's all I can tell you as far as what to look up and specify when you're looking it up. If it's not there, I apologize, but it was him that I first learned this from, and the way it makes me feel, it just what I mean. It's like it's doing what it say. But I'm a reference. I practice some of these things. Excuse me. Burp. How rude. But I practice some of these things, not in its full entirety. However, I'm on my own path. Give me in doses. You know what I mean? Just research it, look it up, practice, apply. It's nothing to fear but fear itself. Like Brother Panic, old boy, said, all this is you anyway. All right. So that's the Brahma. Before meditation, try that out to tap into the energy. Become Brahma. You are Brahma. It's just an energy to identify within. Don't ask no human desires of it. You more so ask yourself for the wisdom of it to understand it. Or what they may say, over and under and whatever. You know what I mean? So wisdom is key. So is knowledge and understanding, but wisdom is key. She's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Oh, wisdom. So last but not least, I want to talk about altering your internal waters, or H2O, through cymatics. I'm pretty sure a lot of you heard of cymatics before. It's a few individuals out here that's definitely or been talking about cymatics. Each of us will catch on its time. So the first thing or reference I want to talk about is it's a water crystal healing book. Yeah. Water crystal healing, music images to restore your well-being. This is by Masaru Emoto. And within this book, it had a CD. I got the book from Dell's, and I had to get reminded of it actually. But I got the book from Dell's, and when I did get the book, I didn't even know what it was, but it was a CD in there, the second CD that was in there, and I didn't know that, I plugged it into my my CD deck. You know what I mean? Of course, I got Bluetooth, which is beautiful, but ain't nothing like a CD because ain't no buffering. You know what I mean? So I plugged it in, and I'm real big on cymatics this last year, because I was looking forward to how to manifest through symbols. So water crystal healing was real interesting, and also the fact that you could change water molecules through the power of your thoughts. And this, again, about one of my other joints videos, I explain that in here, but I never really showed it. But this is for a different type, because I really wanted to talk about altering the power of altering your water or your internal self through symbols of cymatics. So let me show you the page real quick. So these are one of the symbols right here. Of course, everybody know the power of a snowflake. They say none of them's the same. Every snowflake that fall out the sky is different. Nothing's the same. And so that's so unique. I believe that's real dope. To know something like that lets you know something about yourself. Even though it's a lot of us, but unique in your own way. And it's not only up to you, but for the assistance of others to help you may find your way. They could walk you to that door, but they can't walk in it with you. So through cymatics, you get to learn about yourself, the science of self, symbols, sigils, the Latin words of it, how to transform your water, how to transform a material thing to synchronize with you. So won't be no such thing as no poison, nothing like that, if you want to take it to that level. But I think it's dope because talk about, for example, emotional huddle. What this music does and what this does is helps you. Let me give you a few paragraphs and what water crystal healing does for you as far as sound and certain types of by this guy, the research. Masaru Emoto evokes our minds with curiosity and awakens our spirits with great music and inspires that ever-present quest for harmony in our lives. Water crystal healing provides a beautiful assortment of music and images that allows us to enter the great flow of resonance and health. Its pioneering work demonstrates the effects of vibration and consciousness upon water. It's both profoundly inspiring and globally sufficient. Water crystal healing shows the effects of specific music upon water and gives us the opportunity to listen to this music ourselves. The water crystals are extraordinary to view, and music is beautiful to hear. This book and accompanying CDs are magnificent, though you may be able to stream it or look it up by looking and listening to the information that I'm presenting to you to help you out with your work, in addition to anyone's collection, especially those interested in the healing nature of music. He also leads us to the next generation of natural healing. The future of medicine has been here. These are the facts or documents. It is not a chemical and cannot be swallowed. Optimal well-being and literally comes from good vibrations from you. Good vibrations from you and others. Strengthen your spirit and dissolve dis-ease. Dissolve your dis-ease or being uneasy about things. So won't turn into a dis-ease. And through the healing embrace created from the sight and sound of the select ensemble, classical music and jazz, beautiful things, but in this particular notion, they talking about classical music. This person goes on to say he worked with Mr. Moto for more than a decade, developing and producing healing music that soothes the mind, the body, and awakens the spirit. With compositions by, oh man, this is some crazy name right here, but y'all get information. These particular names and other individuals are masters. The compilations carry the listener through classical landscapes that feed the soul. So they talking about correcting you through, for example, for centuries, people have turned to classical music for its calming and relaxing effects. Internationally acclaimed water researcher Mr. Emoto has discovered why certain music has healing benefits. Music with the appropriate rhythm, the tempo, appropriate tempo, tone and melody. Melody can correct disordered frequencies within ourselves, assisting our health and healing. In this unique collection, Dr. Emoto presents music that he has found through his research to be beneficial for common physical and emotional imbalances. Listen to the musical pieces while enjoying Mr. Emoto's Dr. Emoto's captivating water crystal photographs. Imagery helps. Sound helps. The possible benefits you may experience include decreased joint and back pain, improved from function of the nerves, circulatory, lymphatic, for you lymphatic issues out there, and immune systems, and the release of negative emotions such as anxiety, self-pity, and depression. The combination of images, words, and music in water crystal healing concentrates consciousness as never before, providing a unique experience for healing. So when we get back to turning to page 128, this particular symbol, this particular relief from rigidity and obsession, that's what that track will do for you. Relief from rigidity and obsession. The physical hado. Smoother joint movement. And it's funny, I used to hear hado on the anime. And every time they shout the hado, it was like a certain technique for either a balance or attack or defense. So hado is a energy, not to be labeled, but when you about to get something done, it must have a label. Emotional hado, physical hado. So for example, this right here, what it does for you when you're listening to it and you are applying the application to yourself. That's the thing that's going to take place. Smoother joint movement and relief from the fidgetiness of being obsessed about anything, all things. Because you must detach if you're trying to become one or be trying to become that god or goddess. So let us behave freely, just as the swarm dances on the lake, by tearing down the walls, fixed ideas that we built inside ourselves. While listening to Swarm Lake, move your body a little more freely. Together with your body's joints, your thoughts will become more flexible. So yo, that's what I got for you today. That's all I got. Again, these are some beautiful things. Be coming online through cell ray sipping, gunk, you know, practicing them techniques, altering your internal cymatics, and the breathing technique or techniques you can do, the Brahma technique to tap in through breath. And you know, last but not least, what I was talking about before. By the way, I hope y'all love this lovely picture, picture art, powerful Phoenix, also done by Miss George Nubia. You can contact her on Facebook or Instagram for other pieces that she may have to influence and inspire. Everything's everything. But I hope you enjoyed the alternate nostril breath technique, Dr. Lean Bay, the Montauk Chia's information on the inner smile, help you heal and deal or increase vitality and cultivate your energy within your organs. So, this is Reference signing out. Peace and love. 1.